video by Said Ahmed Al-Wadai from Bird Institute for Rights and Democracy. He couldn't be with us today, so we will be showing a video. So now I would like to start with the first question. As we all know, Nabil Rajab is serving a 5-year sentence that has been upheld in June 2018. Khaled, keeping in mind that the UK government has expressed its concern on the sentence and welcomed the appeal a few months ago, how do you view this sentence, and what are the consequences of the fact that it has been upheld on the work of human rights defenders worldwide?
Well, Nabil Rajab is an international human rights figure. He didn't only focus on Bahrain. He is a co-founder of the Gulf Center for Human Rights. He tried his best to defend the human rights everywhere in this region. In actual fact, even in his work, he defended the detainees of Guantanamo Bay. He didn't see any limitation in defending rights. Whenever there's a violation, he tried his best to defend people's rights. To have Nabil in the prison on fabricated charges, really, this is something you won't live with. We are trying our best to put the pressure on the government of Bahrain to change its position. We know that we have, at the moment, the most bad timing for human rights in the modern history of Bahrain. And you mentioned UK. In actual fact, the unconditional support that is given by UK and US to governments in our region that are abusing human rights on a daily basis, this is one of the main reasons that we are witnessing all these massive violations across the region, attacks on defenders, attack on women defenders. In Saudi Arabia and other countries, the closing of civic space, the civic space is not shrinking anymore, it's closed. Nobody allowed to speak out in Bahrain. We can't see anybody coming to the Human Rights Council. So, of course, not to have Nabil as a leader of the human rights, one of the main leaders of the human rights movement in Bahrain, it is bad for the movement and for the international advocacy and also for the whole region. What we could do, I think there are a lot of actions that we could take. Often people will tell us, Nabil is still in prison, Abdel Hadi, others in other countries, so what is the outcome of your work? But believe me, if we are going to stop working, they are going to kill us, all of us. They have no any intention to stop. The level of their violations and the killing of Khashoggi, maybe it surprised some people, but it is not a surprise for us. We know those people, to hold their hand and power, they are ready to do anything, everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Khaled. Now, Christina, we would really like what you have to say on this matter.
Specifically about the implications of Nabil's sentencing, or?
Yes, and on the consequences of his sentence on the rest of the human rights defenders' work worldwide.
There are so many facets of this, really. I think Maitham, in his introduction, was mentioning the implications of Obama to Trump. And for us in the region, it was sudden, concrete impact. In Bahrain, the week after Trump went and visited with the Saudi royals and the Bahraini royals, suddenly you saw 5 people killed during peaceful protests in Daraz within the week. He told the Bahrain king, our relationship will be much better now, and basically gave a blank check to go ahead and do whatever you want in Saudi, in Bahrain, and other Gulf countries. It was very tangible. We know for a fact that when negotiating arms deals between the US and Bahrain, Nabil's name was specifically mentioned. He was on the table as a condition. The US will sell these arms deals these arms to Bahrain after you free Nabil Rajab. And once Trump came to power, that was completely off the table. Nabil is seen as a leading human rights defender in the region, so well known, hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers. And one reason, ironically, I think he became more famous is because he was the first person prosecuted under Twitter laws. The governments in the Gulf had to come up with new ways to prosecute freedom of speech, so they started cracking down on Twitter and Facebook, and he was the first one to suffer from that. But then he was released on a pardon, which was a bit unusual. Only him, not other human rights defenders like Abdul Hadi al-Khawaja or Dr. Jalil al-Singas, even Abdul Hadi's daughter, Zainab al-Khawaja. Those